Welcome to the CBS Eye on Money show. It is a new year. It's 2023. It is Thursday, January 5th, and we are here answering your financial questions. Well, Mark, how's your new year going so far?
This is the time of year we are celebrating our 12th anniversary, Jill.
Oh my God, a dozen years. It's amazing.
With the various iterations of this, but 12 years we've been doing some kind of audio products.
That's a lot, right?
From part-time to me working overnights. And it's funny from where it started to where we are today.
I know. It's much better today. The show has gotten better and better, mostly because of you, not because of me. I'm the same. So I thank you for that, Mark. Thank you for you. What is this the year of? Because we're going to have a Chinese New Year celebration, of course, eventually.
It is the year of the rabbit.
What does that mean, Mark?
Vigilant, witty, quick-minded, and ingenious.
Oh, that sounds like the program. That's good. I think I'll buy into that. Year of the rabbit. Okay.
Do you know your animal?
Year of the snake. That's me. What does that mean? Here it is, the personality. Let me tell you what it is. It says here, it's the 6th position in the Chinese zodiac. Lucky numbers 2, 8, 9. Oh, by the way, 8 and 9 are both of my numbers. Lucky colors, black, red, yellow.
Year of the snake, people are supposed to be intuitive. They tend to act according to their own judgments while remaining private and reticent.
Oh, that's not right. That's ridiculous. They are determined to accomplish their goals and hate to fail. That is true. But I am not private and reticent. By the way, snake represents the symbol of wisdom, intelligent and wise, my friend. Mm-hmm. They are good at communication, but say little. Okay, I'm good at communication and say a lot more than anybody would like to hear, including our listener, Tony, who's been listening in on this. So let's bring Tony on. Tony's on the line from Arizona. Tony, I know this is a lot for you to take in. So let's just get into it. What brings you to us today? How can we help you out with your financial issues?
Yes, thanks, Mark. Thanks, Jill. I appreciate being here. So my wife and I, we've been together for almost 10 years. We live in the Phoenix Valley. My wife has been working at a theater company for the last 9 years and has recently moved jobs. She had a 403B with her company. And I've bounced around from job to job, and I've been a professional actor as well. So we've finally settled down I'm working at a school district right now. I have a couple of outstanding 401ks. She's got a 403B. We've got an HSA, Roth, but they're all pretty small. So
okay.
We're trying to figure out what should we be doing now to set ourselves up for the future.
Okay, well, let's talk about how much you guys are earning right now. So you're 32. How much do you earn together?
So altogether, we earn about 95.
And how is that in terms of your cost of living? I mean, are you able to afford to live your life? Are you scrambling? How is your cash flow?
Fortunately, we've been really slim when it comes to our overall expenses since we've been living off minimum wage most of our lives. So we're able to pay our bills and save and pay down some debts.
Great. So let's start with the debt side. What do you have outstanding?
So we have about $5,000 on a credit card. It's got a promotional period until March.
So what other debt do you have? You got $5,000 in credit cards. What else is out there?
So we had about $11,000 for me in student loan debts, but 10 of it has been forgiven. And for my wife as well, it started at 20, but again, 10 has been forgiven. So all in all, we have about $12,000, $11,000 in student loans.
Great. That's awesome. So you can bang that down as quickly as possible. And you said the promotional period on your credit card is up in March. Will you be able to pay off that $5,000 by March?
Yes, we're chipping away at it pretty quickly.
Okay, great. So that's the debt side of the equation. Let's talk about what you have. Do you have some savings, just an emergency reserve fund?
Yeah, we have a pretty small emergency fund. We have about $1,200 in a savings account.
Okay. And do you have any other money that's outside of your retirement accounts?
That's pretty much it.
Okay. So let's do the retirements. You said your wife had an old 403B. What's inside of that in terms of what's the balance?
So her 403B, she was only contributing a little bit at a time, but it's about $7,000.
Okay. And she's now working. Is she working in a place that has a retirement account?
She does not. She did a lateral move and it was a bit of a pay cut, but it's a better situation for her.
Okay. So that's old 403B sitting outstanding there. What about your old retirement accounts?
Yeah, so I have a 401k, an old 401k from Fidelity. That's about 5,700. We started a Roth IRA through Fidelity. That has about 1,100. And then my last 401k from my previous job has about 5,000 in it. So I have about 10,000 in combined 401k monies.
Okay. And the current job, do you have a retirement plan through that?
I do. I'm still trying to get my feet under me when it comes to, because there's a pension as well connected to it. But I'm trying to figure out what the match is and how that kind of functions. I'm still fairly new to that job.
So at this point, you're not making contributions at right this second, right?
Correct.
Okay. On the student loans, what's the approximate interest rate that's left on those loans?
It's still fairly low. It's about 6%.
Presumably, when you find out about the pension and the current retirement plan and the match and all that, Mark, do you think that he should just put up to the match and whatever the pension contribution and then everything else goes to debt pay down? What's your opinion about that?
Yeah, if there's a match, I would capture the match, but I think my priority would be knocking down the debt and then getting a little bit more cash in the bank, just some safe money.
Right. Some boring emergency reserve money. Because how much does it take you to live your life, on a monthly basis? What are your cash needs?
We're roughly about between 2,500 and 3,000. So we're doing okay.
Yeah, you're definitely doing okay. That's certainly a good number. What do you own a home?
We do. We just bought over 2 summers ago. Unfortunately, my wife, her grandfather passed suddenly and she was left an inheritance. And we used that to a down payment to a home. And the home is actually right next door to her sister. So we share a wall.
And that's either good or bad. Depends on their relationship, I guess.
I think it's good, but who knows? It could always turn bad pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay. So what is the house worth, would you guess?
So when we bought it, it was about $350, and looking at Zillow, it's up to $450.
How much of a mortgage balance is outstanding?
We have most of the mortgage, about $345, but our interest rate is really low. We were able to get in when the interest rates before they started hiking up.
What is the interest rate on the house?
It's 3.25.
Okay, and it's a 30-year, right?
Correct.
What else do we need to know about you?
I do have a 4-year-old.
We should definitely add that person into the mix. 4-year-old.
She doesn't have a job yet, but
oh darn it! All right.
I know. She's we have a little bit of a savings for her. It's only about 500, but some family members have other accounts outstanding, but I don't know the balances of those accounts.
Do you guys have life insurance?
We no longer have life insurance. We did when I was at my previous job, but as we're transitioning, we lost it.
Okay. But nothing outside of your retirement. I mean, out of your employers, right?
Correct.
Okay. So no life insurance. This is a commercial for Policy Genius, sponsor of the pod. And what about a will or power of attorney, any estate documents?
We don't have any estate documents.
All right. I'm going to kick your ass right now. How dare you? I'm just kidding. Here's your priority. Number 1, there has to be a will. You have a child. You must have a will. Okay? That's like no joke. That is something that needs to be addressed right now. Okay? You don't need to get a fancy lawyer. If you have a fancy lawyer in the family, that's fine. You can sponge off of that person or a friend who can help you out, but you could do it online. I don't care. So that's number 1. Number 2, you need life insurance. Mark, how much life insurance do they need?
I mean, they're young, so it's not going to be expensive. I would say maybe $500,000 each.
Yeah, at least. I was going to sort of say because it's not expensive and, because when you're young and healthy, it's easy. Are you guys going to have another kid, you think?
We hope so.
Get $1 million term life insurance policy, a 20-year term life insurance policy. And yes, you can go to our sponsor, Policy Genius, or anywhere else online, but you really need that insurance coverage. So priorities, wills and estate, life insurance, top. They're tied for top.
Yes.
Now, Mark, tell them what else they need to do.
Well, I think like we discussed earlier, see if your new retirement plan has a match. If it does, contribute up into that match just to capture it. Otherwise, you're basically leaving free money on the table. So check that out. And then I think the priority has to be beefing up the emergency reserve and whacking down that debt. And once it's gone, things are going to look a lot better for you. And then you also have, a few accounts out there floating around out there. So I would probably do some consolidation. I know you said you have a Roth at Fidelity, so maybe consider opening up a rollover IRA and rolling over those old 401k accounts. That way you just have kind of everything in one place.
Either that, or if your new plan is a pre-tax plan, you may be able to roll the old thing into the current plan. You can check that out first. But yes, I would consolidate also. And for your wife, because she doesn't have a retirement account, even though like right now we're saying pay down the debt, build up your emergency reserve fund. And your emergency reserve, you said you have $3,000 a month of expenses, right?
Yes.
So essentially you need to have $15,000, $18,000 in your emergency reserve fund. So we need that to be a priority. So you're going to be, this is good. You're on your feet. You've got jobs. Everything is good. But even before your wife starts to put money into a Roth IRA, which we would suggest for her eventually, I wouldn't even do that until we have your debt paid down and your emergency reserve fund build up. And if she switched jobs or if something else happened and there was a match somewhere, we would change our minds. But I think that you're kind of in this great place. Do not sell this house. Do not sell this house. Even if you hate your neighborhood, do not sell this house. That mortgage rate is perfect. And now it's sort of like ideal. You actually have equity in the house here, in a house where you can deal with it. It's great. So don't even think about selling that. I think when you wrote us originally, you're like, should I sell the house and jumpstart my retirement? No, don't. That house is perfect right now. And, because I love my sister, I'd love to live next door to my sister. I live pretty close right now. So it's darn good. So I'm going to go in for that. And, as far as the, just being on top of this, do you use any sort of, tracking kind of like a mint.com or do you have a good sense of where your money goes?
We have a spreadsheet that we use each month for our expenses, but we don't have anything as robust.
All right. That's good. And would you say you're making more money now than you have in the past, right?
This is the most money we've ever made.
All right. So let's not fritter this away. So you're on your feet financially and you're just starting out. So do what Mark says, pay off the debt, build up the emergency reserve, do what I say, get that will done and get that life insurance purchased. Okay.
Figure out what that future pension looks like, because that could be a game changer.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Tony, we thank you so much and we wish you the best of luck. So give us a holler if you need anything else, okay?
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
All right. If you, like Tony, got your financial act together after kind of scrimping and saving your whole life, well, we'd love to hear from you and we'd like to help you prioritize what's next. If you'd like, just go to jillonmoney.com, click the Contact Us button, and you can write in and tell us what's on your mind. And if you want to come on the air, you want to join us live, very easy to do. Just click the little box that says, I want to come on the air live. Mark does everything else. He's so good. While you're on the website, don't forget to sign up for the free weekly newsletter. And yeah, it is now down to it. It's just a couple weeks away from my pub date for the Great Money Reset. So don't forget to pre-order it. You can pre-order it. I need pre-orders. I want to get on the New York Times bestseller list. Not because I really care, except that mostly I'm competitive with myself and I didn't get there last time. So if you would love to help me in that endeavor, just pre-order the Great Money Reset. I would really appreciate it. Mark Talercio is the co-host and executive producer of this program. We are distributed by Paramount Global. We drop our episodes every Tuesday and Thursday. Try to put your hands metaphorically on someone's back. It's going to help that person. It's going to make you feel good for doing it. Curiosity, compassion, community. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next week.